Greetings, and we are back. I'm joined here by this thing. Yep, the dog. Yeah, I know. You wanted to be on camera, didn't you? Anyways, so yeah. Holy moly, did we walk out of there with a lot of stuff. This thing is going to be split into two parts. There is a lot of stuff, and I mean, I couldn't believe it. I mean, buy three, get 10 free. I mean, that's one heck of a deal. I mean, they said they had so much stuff that they had to have a big old clearance sale so they could get rid of stuff and get ready for the fall and winter time. So, all right. So, first off, so I guess today, for the first parts, we're gonna do all horror stuff. Yeah, it's got some great stuff attached to the horror collection. So we got monsters, we got vampires, we got killer zombies. We've got a whole bunch of stuff. So let's get right in here. Part one of the buy three, get 10 free sale at Disc Replay here on the Media Files. Welcome back. Alright, so first off, well, everything was all on DVD except I have one Blu-ray, so we'll deal with that one first. So here we have another movie to add to my Scream Factory collection. Been on the hunt for this one for a while. It is now I do have the original movie on the Criterion Collection, but I have never actually seen the remake except for one little scene that I remember as a kid. A friend of mine was watching it, and all I can remember is some guy being sucked down a kitchen sinkhole. That's all I can remember out of it. But we have here from the Scream Factory. We've got their edition of The Blob. Yeah, loaded with bonus features, a whole bunch of stuff. Directed by Chuck Russell, who has done loads of great movies, including The Scorpion King, Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, loads of great stuff. All right, so we got new audio commentary with director Chuck Russell, cinematographer Mark Irwin, special effects artist Tony Gardner, moderated by filmmaker Joe Lynch. New audio commentary with actress Shawnee Smith. Wow, that's early in her career. New interviews with Chuck Russell, production designer Craig Stearns, special effects artist Chris Gilman, and actors Ricky Paul, Golden, Donovan Lynch, and Bill Moseley, and more. We also have an audio commentary with Chuck Russell and film producer slash film historian Ryan Turek, behind the scenes footage, and the theatrical trailer. So yeah, looks like a lot of fun with this movie. So yeah, you're gonna have to bear with me. This is gonna be kind of long because I'm gonna be listing everything that's on the DVDs as well. All right, so up next we have a movie here. It sounds horribly cheesy, I know, but it's gonna go in my Dracula collection. So here we have Dracula 3000. I know this looks completely god awful, and hey, this one was free, so I'm not going to complain. But hey, at least it's in a Blockbuster case, so that makes it pretty much, well, still worth nothing, but still. Anyways, but yeah, all I know is that it stars Casper Van Dien from Starship Troopers, and well, what can I say? It sounds cheesy, so I'm sure it probably is. All right, then up next we have a movie to add to my Hammer horror collection. Yeah, now I know there are better editions of this out there. Hopefully, I can try to get my hands on the Scream Factory editions of the Hammer films at some point. But here we have, I think this is the sixth film in the series. We have Frankenstein and the Monster from Hell. Yeah, it's got a few features. It just has a commentary by actress Madeline Smith, actor David Prowse, and genre historian Jonathan Southcott. I believe I pronounce his name. Widescreen version, Dolby Digital, English subtitles, blah blah blah. Also, what can we say? Also co-stars, Peter Cushing as well. Directed by Terrence Fisher, who did a lot of great Hammer films. All right, then up next we've got a movie from Nicholas Winding Refn, who he's a great director. He's a Danish film director. He's directed Drive, the Pusher trilogy, Um, Fear X, whole bunch of great stuff, and also whatever that movie was that he did with Ryan Gosling. Um, Only God Forgives. But here we have, I think this is his latest film. We have The Neon Demon, and this sounded interesting. So here we have an audio commentary with director Nicholas Winding Refn and Elle Fanning behind the soundtrack of The Neon Demon and about the Neon Demon. So interesting. We will see what this movie is all about. Because I love his film work. It's awesome. All right, then up next we have ourselves a few multi packs. Yeah. Um, so first off, well, gotta add something to the creature feature section, right? So here we have Water Monsters, yeah, which features four water, based monster horror type films. So we've got Anaconda, that movie's great. Black Water, Red Water, and She Creature. Okay, basically it's just one of those Mill Creek, cheapo packs where I'm sure it's that's actually all on one disc. That's kind of surprising, but yeah, I love Anaconda. Anaconda is great. The others I have not seen. So up next we have basically the complete collection of a horror franchise I've never seen before, starring none other than Christopher Walken himself. We've got The Prophecy, the complete collection from the Echo Bridge Miramax collection. Has all 5 films in it. Basically no bonus features, which is pretty normal. But like I said, never seen any of them, so it'll be interesting to see, the use for the first time. So then, up next, we've got last of the multi-packs here. We've got more vampire stuff to add to the collection. Yeah, so here we have the 4 films collector's set with vampires. So it features Shadow Zone, The Undead Express, Vampire Wars, Battle for the Universe. That sounds awful. Nadia, that's the reason why I picked this set up, is because that is basically a modern day remake of Dracula's Daughter. And we also have The Case of the Whitechapel Vampire. Okay. So, I'm sure that was free, so, alright. Well, speaking of vampires, we've got another one here. Movie that I've seen it there several times, but I've never actually picked it up, and I had no idea it was a vampire movie. But I managed to actually find it with the slipcover. Starring Casper Van Dien and Kevin Grievous. If you don't know who that is, he starred in the Underworld movie, and the very first one in that franchise, and he got that one going. He also did Young Frankenstein, but here we have Slayer with that really cool slipcover. I'm kind of surprised I found it. So it has basically it's in widescreen. Features an audio commentary with director Kevin Van Hook and Casper Van Dien. Then there is a photo and concept art gallery, and the script which is on DVD-ROM. Which that's pretty cool. I like it when they do that. And up next, we have a couple of reacquisitions here to add to my Friday the 13th series. Because I was dumb and stupid at the time, way back when I started collecting DVDs. I'm like, hey, I can put them in slim cases. And I'm like, yeah, that looks awful. So I finally have these last 2 back into my collection. We've got Jason Goes to Hell, the Final Friday, which of course features the unrated and the R-rated cuts. They're both in widescreen, 5.1 surround sound, DTS, stereo, English subtitles. Then we have the filmmaker commentary with director Adam Marcus and screenwriter Dean Lorey. The TV version alternate scenes, which I think is what is on the R-rated cut, I think. Jump to a Death, with basically each go to the death scenes, and the original theatrical trailer. Yeah, for a while, this one here was one of my favorites out of the entire franchise. There's just certain shots of this movie that I just love. Especially love the shot where John LeMay is shooting Jason in the hallway. Just the certain angle of the slow motion that they've got going on. But yeah, this movie was pretty decent. Yeah, I mean, sure, I know not. It's okay with a lot of Jason fans, but then up next we've got well, Jason X. I mean, if you've seen this, you know what it is. It's Jason in space. But for the time though, this actually was pretty packed with bonus features. I mean, it still is. I mean, it's cheesy, but hey, that's kind of the point of it. Unfortunately, I mean, also kind of sadly that is Jim Isaac's last film that he shot. He passed away after the making of this movie. So, and well, as of right now to this day, oh, excuse me, it's been a long morning already. Uh, basically the last film as of right now to star Kane Hodder as Jason. So we got the widescreen version of the film, Dolby Digital 5.1, DTS, stereo. We got filmmaker commentary with director Jim Isaac, writer Todd Farmer, and producer Noel Cunningham. Todd Farmer went on to do the My Bloody Valentine remake. And we also have the original documentary, The Many Lives of Jason Voorhees, a documentary on the history of Jason. An original documentary, By Any Means Necessary, The Making of Jason X, which is the making of production documentary, Jump to a Death, and of course the theatrical trailer. But yeah, like I said, I mean, it's cheesy, but hey, you gotta love that shot where it shows Jason there with Kane's eye, and he's like staring at the cop, and he just kind of does that little like I'm gonna get you type of thing where he very slowly like closes his eye, like it's very creepy. All right, well, speaking of Jason, we have an actress in this next movie that starred in the movie that came out after Jason X, Freddy vs. Jason. We have actress Monica Keena. This came out after Freddy vs. Jason. Found it with the slipcover too. It's actually a glow in the dark slipcover, which is cool. We have Left in Darkness. I've heard of this movie, but it looks good. Stupid fly. Get out of here. Yeah, apparently I got a little fly in here. Hey, Niles, do your job and get the fly. Yeah. He's named after Frasier's brother, by the way, because I love Frasier. Anyways, so it's in widescreen. We have In the Darkness, the making of Left in Darkness. In the Trenches, audio commentary with director Stephen Monroe and line producer John Duffy. My 21st Birthday, and the cast and crew share memories of their 21st birthdays, and of course the theatrical trailer. Basically, that documentary is about the character that Monica Keena plays basically just turns 21, and basically a horror film ensues. So, interesting. So, we will see how that is. Then up next, we got something to add to my Carrie collection. Yeah, one I definitely don't have. I thought I did, but apparently the one that I thought I had is actually a remake, a television remake. Yeah, so here we have The Rage, Carrie 2. I remember when this came out, and I'm like, oh, okay. Never heard of that movie, but okay. It looks okay. So I mean, it's kind of somewhat based on the Stephen King story, but we'll see how it is. Oh, excuse me. Whew. All right, so for bonus features, we've got an alternate ending with the before and after special effects sequence, additional scenes not shown in theaters, the full-length audio commentary by director Kat Shea, and a collectible booklet on the making of this mesmerizing thriller. Yeah, we'll see how good it is. It's late 1990s, so just before 2000s, so we'll see. Alrighty, well, let's go from telekinesis, uh, you know, people to some werewolves. Yeah, I got a few werewolves to add to the collection. I don't have very many of these, but I'm kind of glad I found this one. So here we have The Howling 3, The Marsupials. I've never seen any of the Howling movies, and like, hey, this one was free, so why not? All right, so for bonus features, we've got a newly remastered transfer by the director, directed by Philippa Moya. Okay, Philippe Moya. Okay. Um. Anyways, audio commentary featured director Philippe Moya. Still photo gallery, newly mixed 5.1 surround, a TV spot, and promotional trailer. So yeah, nothing much there, but it is what it is. And then up next, we've got The Howling Reborn. I have no idea if this is a remake or if it's just basically one of those Howling, movies where basically it's okay. According to the back, it says that it's a reboot of the '80s movie. Okay, yeah, we'll see. So for bonus features, got a few things. We got an audio commentary with writer director Joe Nimzit. No, yeah, Nimziki. Yeah, Nimziki. And actor Lindsay Shaw, the making of The Howling Reborn, and a storyboard gallery. So, okay. Yeah. Okay, interesting. Let's see here. Okay, so basically this is actually based on the book The Howling 2 by Craig Brander, which actually I do have that book. I actually need to read it. So, interesting. So basically it's kind of a remake of the second movie. All right, and finally, let's get into some undead here. The final two things. I kind of saw this sitting on their shelf, and I'm like, I have no idea what this is. It sounds cheesy and corny, but we'll see how it is. So we have here Zombie Honeymoon. Yeah. So here we have it's got some features on it. So we have commentary with actors Tracy Coogan and Graham Sibley. We have commentary with writer director Dave Gabriel. I think that's how you pronounce it. Behind the scenes featurette, horror business film excerpts, and a photo gallery. Okay, yeah. Basically, it sounds like it's about where bride and groom get married, they go on their honeymoon, and apparently the husband gets attacked and is turned into a zombie, and she has to figure out what to do. Sounds cheesy and interesting. Okay, yep, it's a Showtime movie. That's probably why. And finally, last movie here for the horror stuff. We got probably according to this, the greatest zombie cast ever disassembled. A film by Jim Jarmusch. I think, or Jarmusch. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Anyways, so we've got we had a great cast here. We've got Bill Murray, Tilda Swinton, Steve Buscemi, Iggy Pop, The RZA, Selena Gomez, Adam Driver, Chloe Sevigny, Danny Glover, Sarah Driver, Carol Kane, and Tom Waits in The Dead Don't Die, a comedic zombie film. It looks good. I mean, it really does. Kind of reminds me of. I mean, that just looks awesome. I mean, look at all that. It just looks cool. I'm gonna have to actually sit down and watch this. So yeah. Oh man, good lord. That's not it. We're nowhere near done. That's only half of what we got. So with that, you guys, so stay tuned for part 2. So we've got some westerns, we got some martial arts, we got some action stuff, and we got one video game. So with that, like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and stay tuned for part 2 right here on the Media Files.